Yahawashi.
Come on, this is Exodus 23:20. Behold, I send an angel before thee to keep thee in the way and to bring thee into the place which I prepared.
Woo! So the angel was going to bring them into the place that the Lord prepared. You see that? Who's that angel? Who's that angel? Who's that angel? That's Yahawashi, man. That's right there, hidden in the Torah. Go ahead.
Verse 21. Beware of him and obey his voice.
Obey his voice. Obey his voice.
Right. Look that word angel up, the word was what? It was malak.
Malak. When you look up that word angel, it's malak. It ain't Allah. It's malak. So behold, I send my king.
Right.
Who's that talking about? Who's that talking about?
Verse 21.
Read verse 21.
Beware of him and obey his voice.
Obey him and hear his voice. Go ahead.
Provoke him not.
Don't.
That's what you're doing.
I got it. I told somebody to get that. Matthew 17. I knew you. That's your favorite scripture. Go ahead. Go ahead.
For he will not pardon your transgression.
He will not pardon your transgression. So they're right there. There's an angel that has power to pardon your transgressions in the wilderness, live and direct. We're not making this up, brothers. All y'all on the comment board. Do y'all see this scripture? Are we making this up?
It's right there.
It's right there. Go ahead.
And my name is in him.
For my name is in him. And what's the next verse?
The next verse it says, "For mine angel shall go before."
My angel shall go before thee. Go ahead.
Verse 20.
And I want to say this too. Whenever you have a king sitting on the throne, right? And Jonathan did it. He spoke on behalf of his father as the king. His name was in his father's name was in him, man. Meaning he had the authority as the king. Okay. Jonathan took down one of those surrounding cities, and he took it over in the name of King Saul, man. His father's name was in him. He had the authority to do so. You know, and I like to use the example of watching Marco Polo with Kublai Khan. Kublai Khan sent his son to go basically make a pact with one of the other Khans so they could go to war or, you know, fight each other. And when he went, he's like, I come in the name of my father. You know? His name was in him, man. You know?
Yahawashi come in the name of Yahweh. Come in the Bible of the book.
That's right.
That's right.
Verse 22. Exodus 23 and 22. It says, "But if thou shalt indeed obey his voice and do all that I speak, then I will be an enemy unto thine enemies."
So right there, clearly, it's somebody you got to listen to get to the Heavenly Father. Right there in the Torah, man. Come on, bro. But you know what he'll do? He'll just act like we didn't say that. He'll act like that ain't there. You ain't answering my question. Answer my question. And then Jake get on there, man. Answer his question. I rock with GMS. Don't get me wrong. But your questions, man. Now, if you rock with GMS, you're supposed to believe in Yahawashi.
That's right.
Nigga with a blank profile, with a page pop up out of nowhere, stirring your faith in Yahawashi, man.
Right.
Talking about the Nibiru.
Yeah, demon.
This nigga lying in the asteroid is coming to the earth. Sitting eating fucking ice cream sandwiches, man. Nigga, when the ice cream truck come outside, he get his big ass up. Yeah, that Ninja Turtle ice cream. He sound like that type of nigga. And then you never see him. It's like, because somebody, I put, who is this guy? Jake was like, well, why you need to see him as long as he tells them the truth? What the scripture say? Your eyes shall see thy features, man.
When Jake tells the truth, he want to be seen. You know what I'm saying? If Jake got a major point, you know what I'm saying? Jake quick to jump out there.
Straight up, real talk.
Right. So the Lord said with that angel, you got it again? What it say? Hear his voice, read that again?
It says, Exodus 23 and 21. But if 22, but if thou shalt indeed obey his voice.
Obey his voice. And that's in Egypt. Get that scripture, the same spiritual rock. which is Yahawashi, Corinthians. Now read Matthew 17.
Matthew 17:5. It says, while he yet spake, behold, a bright cloud overshadowed them, and behold, a voice out of the cloud which said, this is my beloved Son,
Right.
in whom I am well pleased. Hear ye him.
Hear ye him. So what are we doing so wrong, man? Why are we so crazy? That's the angel, man. You're not a part of the members. This is members only, man.
Right.
This understanding is really for a particular amount of people. Because it's really, it just ain't no any Israelite gonna put that together. If you get that, you're blessed, man. We see it. Clearly it says there's an angel. We ain't just making that up saying, because they talk about Yahawashi, they read that law that says they should put no other gods before me, but Yahawashi is the law. Right. So he wrote that. He's the word. He's the most high's wisdom.
Right. So when the Lord turned his back on us in Hosea, you know what I'm saying? We had already showed the Heavenly Father that we couldn't properly worship him according to the law because we broke that covenant. Right. You know what I'm saying? He set Yahawashi up. He said, if you can prove to me that you can worship my son the way you're supposed to worship me, then I'll let you back in. And that's why Yahawashi was set as that mediator.
That sacrifice.
You can show me you can worship my son and I'll take you back.
Right.
You see?
Right.
And that's the concept you have to wrap your head around.
Right.
You see?
Right. Go ahead.
Yeah, get that. This 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 4.
Now that scripture we just read about the angel, that was in Egypt. See what I'm saying? Now Paul is going to talk about the same thing. Go ahead.
Okay, verse 4 it says, and did all drink the same spiritual drink, were they drunk of the spiritual rock that followed them, and that rock was Hamashiach.
Hey, you know what? But see, Jake don't be reading, man. Go ahead.
In 2nd Ezra 7:28, it says, for my son,
Right.
Yahawashi shall be revealed with those that be with him, and they that remain shall rejoice with them 400 years.
Right, 400 years from that point to the time that the Messiah came.
After these years shall my son, Hamashiach, die,
And he died?
and all men that have life.
Right, the apostles, they were put to death. All right, this is a prophecy of the Son, man. So the Son is spoken about clearly in the Bible. 2nd is the 2nd chapter. You know?
Man, if you don't have faith, man, hey, it's not for you.
Yep. This is just a strength of y'all.
Go listen to Rap the News, man.
Yeah.
We don't want you,
Right.
you know,
I like y'all in, but he makes some sense, man.
with low pop eating ass niggas.
Yeah.
We don't want y'all.
Ugly ass out of here.
You know what though? Those guys, quality, man. We looking for quality men. Who the spirit tall Yahawashi Yahawashi. Not no
Right.
double ass niggas, man. Niggas running around still.
Right.
We looking for quality, man.
Right, quality, man.
Seriously.
Okay.
Okay.
You guys are playing games.
I gotta reset.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, those guys, be careful, man, because those guys really are set up on the left-hand side to put witchcraft and spells on you of unbelief. Okay, to sift you out. Remember what Yahawashi told, he told Peter, he said, Satan desired to sift you. Satan is using these guys to sift certain Israelites that may be around, they could be corrected in the word, they could be unsure, and they hear that guy, and they start to question. Even though it's totally out there and totally left and crazy, but because he's so serious about it, they're like, well, damn, maybe that's Satan, man, trying to get you away from the truth. At the end of the day,
Yeah, a lot of you guys don't have no purpose. You just here. Right. So you need that guy to come around, man.
Yeah. Them guys gotta have their
Yeah,
platform.
man.
Right.
Eating all the chicken, man. Get out of here.
Right.
Drinking all the wine. Get the hell out of here.
Right.
And hey, I'm telling you, man, you brothers that's in camp, don't waste your time with brothers that's not appreciative.
That's right.
If somebody's not appreciative, don't waste your time with them, man.
Right.
Don't have unappreciative people all up on your phone all day, man. Taking up room all hot, and you got this nigga in the corner just staring, looking crazy.
Nostrils taking up all the air.
Man. Yeah, man. Person don't have no appreciation. Don't waste your time with those guys. You know?
Genesis 48:16. The angel,
And then the angel is capitalized there too.
That's right.
yeah, says 43:97. Malak.
There you go.
It says the angel which redeemed me from all evil.
Right, the angel which redeemed me from all evil. That's in Genesis 48. Now, I mean, come on, man.
Bless the lads and let my name be named on them.
Right.
In the name of my fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and let them grow into a multitude in the midst of the earth.
Right, and see, Abraham, we just read about Abraham, he paid tithes to somebody.
Right.
So how could the priesthood end at Levi? Right. There has to, he said, I have sworn that thou art a priest after the order of Melchizedek. They don't go into that.
Right.
If that's in there, why are you still talking about the Levitical priesthood? Right. Which was a sign of things to come, man. Right. We're all going to be priests. Go ahead, brother.
Joshua chapter 5, I started verse 13. And it came to pass when Joshua was by Jericho that he lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold, there stood a man over against him with a sword drawn in his hand. And Joshua went unto him and said unto him, Art thou for us or for our adversaries? And he said, Nay, but as captain of the host of Yahweh am I now come.
Who was that?
Yeah.
All of this is in the Torah.
Right. And that ties right into Exodus 23 because he says pretty much, I shall be an adversary to your adversaries, man.
If you listen to me, if you listen to him.
That's right.
You got something? Go ahead. No, go ahead. Yeah.
It says, and Joshua fell on his face to the earth and did worship and said unto him, What saith
worship?
Exactly.
Whoa.
Exactly. That's the point that I want to get.
Right. Straight up.
That's the point. Yeah.
I got to bring that out.
He worshiped him.
Oh, man. Because you got Jake who believe in Yahawashi that say, I don't worship Yahawashi. Okay, go ahead.
That there goes to show you as well, man, that was actually Yahawashi, because you had an account in Revelation where John received in a vision and seen that angel talk to him. And the angel said, Get up, man, for I'm thy brother and fellow brother that have the testimony. Right. That angel ain't say that right there, man.
And then the thing is, with even with Moses, right, when he was speaking when the burning bush, when he was seeing the glory of the Lord in the burning bush, right, when the angel was speaking to him, who was that speaking to Moses? Was that Yahweh himself, or was that his word going to him?
That was his word.
That was his word, right? So check this out. Verse 14, it says, And Joshua fell on his face to the earth and did worship, and said unto him, What saith my Lord unto his servant? And the captain of Yahweh's host said unto Joshua, Loose thy shoe from off thy foot, for the place wherein thou standest is holy.
Holy ground. Yeah, and that's why we take our shoes off when we go in the brothers' houses, man. That's an ancient custom. Amongst holy ground, you take your shoes off, man. That was an ancient custom. Right.
That's why the scriptures say, Keep thy foot when thou goest to the house of the Lord.
Right. Go
Exodus 32 and 34. Therefore now go lead the people into the place of which I have spoken unto thee.
Right, he's talking to the angel again. Watch.
Behold, mine angel, capital A, shall go before thee. Nevertheless, in the day when I will visit their sins upon them. Visit means punish.
There you go. So bam, the angel again. Now, I wanted Sirach 24, but go ahead.
This is 2nd Ezra 14, just go straight to the point, verse 9. For thou shalt be taken away from all, and from henceforth thou shalt remain with my son.
Right.
And with such as be like thee until the times be ended.
The son.
It's that angel in Exodus, man.
Yep, and the brother said GMS No Breaks, I believe Hebrews 7 talks about it. It exactly talks about it. Proving to you that there had to be another priesthood. That's right. Because we died under that covenant. So if you boasted in the Levitical priesthood, what about the new covenant that's promised?
Right.
There has to be a mediator. There has to be a sacrifice.
Right.
It's Yahawashi. Go ahead.
Wisdom of Solomon being changed.
It's the parts of it being changed. There you go. Because it's going to be through an eternal priest that we're going to receive life eternal. We couldn't receive eternal life through those sacrifices of the lambs. We didn't live forever through that. We would sin the next day.
Have it set aside just for the
walk around with a pipe already.
You go to the priest, he cleanse himself, go through all of that ritual. All right, he offer up the sacrifice, you good. Then the next day you go do some foolishness. And we do it to this day. So if it was up to that covenant, man, we ain't gonna get no eternal life, man. But the Most High Yahweh is very, very deep, man. I'm saying,
Straight up.
if your mind ain't of the heavens, you just really, it's gonna be too far fetched for you. That's why this is the straight gate right here, man.
Right.
Because you gotta really be crazy, man. Like what we saying is crazy according to this world, man. Get that?
Solomon 24 verse 1.
Right.
Wisdom shall praise herself.
Right. Wisdom shall praise herself. Now the Most High has wisdom, and his wisdom is his word. His word is an entity of its own. That's his son. Now, how can you wrap your mind around that? He spoke everything into existence. And what he spoke is a power within itself.
Words are positive.
That's why words are powerful. The Most High himself is a direct example of that. Mountains, you got the sun. That's all done through his word, his wisdom, man. Go ahead.
Ecclesiastes, it was Ecclesiastes.
Sirach,
Yeah, Sirach chapter 24 verse 1. Wisdom shall praise herself
Right.
and shall glory in the midst of her people.
Yep. And that wisdom was given only to a particular people. The way to take care of the earth. It was all given to the family line of Adam. That wasn't given to the family line of the serpent or the other trees. That was given to the family line of Adam, man. And at the time of Moses, it was written on stone. And you were supposed to keep those ways, but we didn't keep those ways. But now, under the priesthood of Melchizedek, Yahawashi, those ways are going to be put into us. You can't beat that, man. Go ahead.
It says, verse 2, in the congregation of the Most High, she shall she open her mouth,
Right.
and triumph before his power.
Right. And wisdom is likened unto a sheep. It can be likened unto water. You can look at an ant and get wisdom. So just because it calls wisdom a sheep, don't mean that there's a feminine presence in the heavens. It's just called a she because she is the greatest gift that a man will ever receive.
That's right. That's right.
That's your woman. That's your mother. It plays the role of a mother and nourishes you. Wisdom can be a sister.
Right. Milk.
Yep. Wisdom can be milk. Wisdom can be water. You can look at any function of life and find the Most High's wisdom and liken it to it, man. Go ahead. A relationship between a man and a woman. He likened that between a relationship between him and his chosen people.
Even the child you around with.
Yep.
Speak about you gotta come like a child.
You gotta come like a child. Right. Animals.
I got a 1-year-old that I look at her and then, shit, I'm learning things from her.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
Tell you in Luke when they did the Passover,
Right.
Mary and Joseph went to find Yahawashi, he could sit with the doctors and they were marvel and astonished at what came out of his
Right.
mouth.
It came out of
He
his
was
mouth.
12 years old.
Right. Go ahead.
I came out of the mouth of the Most High and covered the earth as a cloud.
Right.
I dwell in high places, and my throne is in a cloudy cloud.
And this all goes back to Proverbs 8. Right. I was with him. Yep. Now see, Yahawashi, when he was on the cross, he was like, look, I did my job. Return me back to the glory that I had with you from the beginning. And that's what we fighting for, man.
Right.
That same glory, that first fruits, man. Go ahead.
It says, and my throne is in a cloudy pillar. I alone compass the circuit of heaven and walk in the bottom of the deep.
Woo.
In the waves of the sea and in all the earth.
Right.
And in every people and nation I got a possession.
Right. All nations belong to him. The Lord said that he's in his inheritance. All right. But watch this. Go ahead.
Verse 7, with all these I saw rest, and in whose inheritance shall I abide.
Right.
So the creator of all things gave me a commandment, and he that made me cause my tabernacle to rest, and said, let thy dwelling be in Jacob, and thine inheritance in Israel.
Man. Keep going.
He created me from the beginning before the world, and I should never fail.
Who's that talking about? Let's talk about Yahawashi, man. The Most High's wisdom, his word. And when you read Psalms 38, it says, I put my word above my name. Get that real quick.
Proverbs 80 said before you made anything,
Yep.
I was there.
Yep. Proverbs 138. Read that. You got something else?
Also in the book of Psalms, it said, how shall a young man cleanse his way?
Right.
I listen to the word, man. That
What's
word
that
is
precept in
powerful.
Isaiah? Where it say, as I bring forth my word, and it's done, that it all means about it. Read that. Psalms 138.
This is Psalms chapter 138. What verse? Psalms chapter 138, verse 2. I will worship toward thy holy temple and praise thy name for thy loving
He
kindness
just said it. I will praise thy name. Go ahead.
and for thy truth. For thou hast magnified thy word above all thy name.
Now it says he magnified his word above all his name. Now what particular people teach is that means that the name ain't important and it's all of it. The word, all right, is over the name. That ain't what that's saying, man. What that's saying is that he swore on himself. We know that he is because his word is going to come to pass, man. Go ahead.
It's Isaiah 45:23. I have sworn by myself, the word
He
is
swore by himself, just like he told Abraham. That's what he mean by he magnified his word above his name. That means it's going to come to pass so much that he put his name on it, man. His word is bond. Go ahead.
It says, I have sworn by myself, the word is gone out of my mouth in righteousness, and shall not return. That unto me every knee shall bow, every tongue shall swear.
There you go.
Isaiah
55:11.
So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth.
Right.
It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please.
There you go.
And it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it.
Bam. So with that, anybody else got anything? We'll give all. Go ahead.
Just going to Yahawashi, the mediator.
There you go. Go ahead.
This is John. I'm gonna start at 5. John 14:5. Thomas says unto him, Lord, we know not whither thou goest, and how can we know the way? And Yahawashi says unto him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man coming unto me, unto the Father, but by me.
Cut. He ain't lying. He ain't lying. So with that, we'll give all praise to Yahweh. Double honors to the apostles, the elders at Great Millstone. Peace and salutation to the elect. Shalom.
Shalom.